6 will mark the 148th running of the annual Kentucky Derby. This event is one internationally known, but is a huge part of the Louisville culture. There are many events leading up to Derby Day, making the city a very exciting place. But what people often miss is the human trafficking that events of this scale and nature bring. Unfortunately, though, the city of Louisville is a large hub for human trafficking because of other large events like the State Fair and the Street Rod Nationals. These events, along with the network of interstates that link the city with other large cities nearby, allow the traffickers to export people from their home quickly. Sadly, once away from their loved ones, they're less likely to be able to get out of the system. Because of this, Kentucky ranked 9th in the U.S. for human trafficking in 2019. Human trafficking can be broken down to two general categories: sex trafficking and labor trafficking. Currently, our culture is highlighting the sex trafficking, which is good, but there is just as much, if not more, labor trafficking that happens. The U.S. Department of Justice defines labor trafficking as the recruitment, harboring, transportation, provision, or obtaining of a person for labor or services through the use of force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of subjection to involuntary servitude, peonage, debt bondage, or slavery. This is often the type of human trafficking that comes out of the large events and causes the victims to be transported to other cities. According to the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2000, sex trafficking is defined as the recruitment, harboring, transportation, provision, obtaining, patronizing, or soliciting of a person for the purpose of a commercial sex act. Force, fraud, or coercion are used in this to get the victim to participate in the act. A commercial sex act is any sexual encounter that includes an incentive to participate. For example, this could be money, groceries, ultimatums, threats, etc. Unfortunately, the internet has only made sex trafficking worse. According to the Cybercrimes Investigations Manager, Tom Bell, at any given time, there are probably somewhere in the neighborhood from 12 to 14,000 computers online in Kentucky actively seeking out, trading child pornography images, seeking out children, and looking for victims. Human trafficking in the most general sense has been recognized on a legal level in Kentucky for many years. In 2016, then Attorney General, now Governor, Andy Beshear said, "It's a $150 billion industry, but let's not call it an industry. Let's call it what it is: slavery." Additionally, the current Attorney General for the state has launched the Your Eyes Save Lives campaign to generate more awareness so people are more likely to report issues when they see them. However, the problem with this is that the government is looking to make change and receive more reports. There's only one state-funded anti-human trafficking agency in the state of Kentucky. This agency is called BAKITA. This program works to educate the local community on human trafficking, but also provides assistance in case management to survivors. One program is simply not enough. According to the Cabinet for Health and Family Services in Frankfort, in 2021 alone, there were 312 reports of human trafficking involving almost 400 child victims. This is a 50% increase in the number of reports of human trafficking involving children compared to 2020, and a 61% increase in the number of kids and youth. 400 child victims alone is already an extremely high number, not taking account for any of the adults. And though there have been campaigns and advocacy, human trafficking is still highly underreported. I believe the best solution moving forward is to continue advocating and educating members of my city and state on the issue, but also to work with Kentucky Congress to lobby for more funding. If I had the education and resources to do so, I would work with BAKITA to create a partner agency to help the rising numbers of victims in Kentucky.